Diverse headlines on the front pages of the papers this morning. Let's begin with the Daily Independent newspaper. Battle for 130-year-old First Bank may impact its fortunes, as from investors. Boardroom squabble threatens 350 billion naira recapitalization plan. Shareholders ask parties to sheath sword differ on CBN's role. Front page of the Guardian newspaper has this one. FX execution hitches threaten food waiver policy as farmers kick. The details of that one you'll find on page 6 of the paper today. The front page of Daily Trust has this one. Days after killing Emir, bandits abduct over 150 in Gupir. You'll find details of that story on the front page of the Daily Trust this morning. The Daily Times newspaper has Nigeria sitting on ticking time bomb, Catholic bishops. That story is on page 2. See, future of Nigeria dependent on how challenges bedeviling her are tackled. Check the details on the inside pages. That picture you see on the front page is of submerged houses in Adamawa State, and this happened on Saturday. The front page of the Nigerian News Direct has, you're adopting sham subsidy regime to fund your 2027 ambitions. Article to FG urges FG to approve share renaissance mobile supply deal. That story is on page 21. Blueprint, how 2 officers were killed in Shiite police clash in Abuja. Police vehicles set on fire. Check the details on the inside pages of the paper. The Nigerian Observer has this one. Foreign transactions in Nigerian equities surge by 222% to 589 billion naira as bank recapitalization set to boost foreign interest. The front page of the Abuja Inquirer has this one. Bloody Sunday in Abuja. 2 police officers killed, 3 seriously injured, several Shiites unaccounted for. Patrol vans set ablaze, residents in uneasy calm. Oh, sad one, definitely. Front page of the New Telegraph has this one. Stop looting our national treasury. Konjo-Iweala tells political office holders. Others, that story is on page 2, and it's about the 2024 MBA confab. The Nigerian Tribune, end bad governance protests. Court freezes 32 bank accounts. What does that mean? Details on page 4. And the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning has this one. Executive order on medicaments. FG yet to implement 2 months after. And look at the riders. FG is still working on the implementation framework 2 months after, according to Minister. Delay not worth it. People are dying. Oladigbolu. Government must progressively intervene in high tariffs, according to Akintayo. Implementation details must be properly worked out, as from Ifeanyi. Details of who said what on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. These are some of the papers we have for you today.
Well, yeah, I don't know which one, would be my pick this morning. I have to be honest.
After picking all of them.
After picking all of them, I don't know the one you want to start that would stand out first. But I can't remonstrate the issue of food any day, anytime. It was one of those headlines I was talking about, food and all that. I don't remember which one it is. But if you look at the front page of the New Telegraph this morning, the fact that she spoke in front of the political office holders is a very, very strong one for me. He told them to their faces, stop looting our national treasure, national treasury. Incidentally, the front page, yesterday, of course, Channels TV took that story live. And guess what? One of the bit that I caught is the part where the governor of Lagos State was speaking, and he was actually saying, responding in a way to what Dr. Konjo-Iweala was saying. Look, we are ready. We're ready for whatever it is that you want us to take on. And he was asking everyone else in the room whether they were ready. And they were saying, look, at the end of the day, it's not just the political leaders, it's us as a people. And many times, it's easier for us to point fingers at someone who is doing something wrong. So how about we also look in the mirror and say, what exactly it is, that we're supposed to do that we aren't doing? There is this interesting angle to this conversation. And that angle, Kayla, is most of the time when we say, okay, something is wrong, question you want to ask is, who is responsible for it? And as I often say, the people who are in government today were not in government 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So how come we're still dealing with the same issues we're dealing with 40 years ago?
All right. You know, someone said recently, if someone explains Nigeria to you and you understand it, they didn't explain it to you well. Let's take a look at this Nigeria. And this one happened in my city, Abuja. And there's something that needs to be understood. From this Nigeria this morning, Shiites' bloody day in Abuja claims the lives of 2 police officers. Last time, Josephine Ade spoke about this. 3 police officers were in serious condition. And it's another story. This is something that we grew up watching. These Shiite protests, you know. But they're not, usually they weren't violent. You know, they used to just be processions. They weren't protests. They were processions. Well, apparently on page 6 of this day newspaper, they give us the details of what happened.
This Nigeria.
Yes, on
it's
this
actually
Nigeria.
on the front page of Abuja Inquirer as well.
Oh, so quite a number of people are talking about this because of how important it is. Channels TV has some history with this sort of situation, so it's very personal to us. But some way to ensure that this doesn't happen again. 2 police officers have died. They say the police are saying that this attack was unprovoked. Said they attacked the police post, killed 2 of their policemen, injured 3 very critically, you know, and many arrests have been done. Shiites have been doing these protests for many years, these processions, rather, for many years. There have been so many fears over the years that, you know, during the processions, it can be hijacked. Someone could wear a bomb and go into the place. So many people have been saying, look, maybe for your protection, even as the people doing these processions, maybe limited to particular spaces, you know, and things like that. But, you know, very, very sad story that happened. And yes, I'm seeing that from the Abuja Inquirer as well. Bloody Sunday in Abuja, but something needs to be done to be, maybe the leadership of the Shiite movement and the police, maybe they need to have a meeting or a conversation as to how this can be done. They have the right to express themselves. They have the right to do their processions. They have the right to believe whatever they want to believe. But then the safety, so it doesn't get to where we have clashes and people die. And our condolences, really, with the officers, the families of the officers who lost their lives. The police do a fantastic job, and this was uncalled for. Really sad story there.
All right, so there you go, guys. We'll just take a moment, and then we'll be back to you all. So stay on with us.